We're diving into the Washington game, a 24-7 win on Coach Blades after the whistle breakdown. We're going to break up our podcast. We're going to talk about the Washington win, get it out of the way in 15 minutes and all the highlights, all the good things we saw. Honestly, there's a lot to talk about. And then we'll put this out there and then move on to Blades banter for the next game. So, what do you think, Coach? Let's stick on Washington, stick on subject, and what do you think of the game? I mean, a lot of good things I saw out of the defense, and then quarterback played very well, and man, it's fun to watch Jordan Marshall run the football. I love Justice Hayes. I think he's best back in the country, but to have have that guy come in and run like he does, it was a good to watch. So I think we responded. The coaches responded. The players responded.
Yep.
Everybody responded.
I agree. So we said respond and rebound, and that's exactly what they did. They beat a 5-1 Washington team whose only loss was to the number one team in the country, Ohio State. We were able to contain their fine sophomore quarterback Williams, and then we held them to 40 yards rushing and had 3 interceptions. And Cole Sullivan is an outstanding player. They had a nice linebacker rotation. You can comment on that, Rob. You're an old linebacker coach. And I thought the secondary played with resolve. I watched Sharon, and he said after the game that we had some tough conversations with the players, and we had some tough staff meetings and some tough conversations with the staff, which means Sharon, who's the head coach, and we're watching a fine young man who's going to be one of the great football coaches in the history of collegiate football. I mark my words. He's a wonderful person and a great coach. We're watching him grow up a little bit. And we said last week that he's going to demand excellence from his players after that disappointing performance out in Southern California. And then he needs to demand excellence from his coaches. And he did not get that. But the coaches responded. They put together a great game plan, and certainly the players. I was down on the field. I was there for the 1980 championship, 1981 Rose Bowl champions reunion, and I was down the field, and I was concerned during warm-ups. They did not look like there was intensity. I was concerned, but they fooled me because they came out and played with intensity and resolve and won the game, made a lot of big plays. We had a few drops. We got to get rid of the drops, costly drops, a couple of them. But those 3 interceptions, I think, anytime you get 3 interceptions against a team, you're in good shape. So they did a nice job. And when they shut the run off and they shut that quarterback down, it resulted in a victory. And then the offense did the job. And Jordan Marshall was tremendous. He runs with resolve and toughness and determination. And I like him. I like him a lot. And so Justice Haynes, a great back, and perhaps the best back in college football, was out. And he sure filled the void. And what you need now in college football, since there is not great depth, because what happens when players back up another player, oftentimes now they go to the portal and they leave. So a lot of teams don't have great depth. And as you go through the season, you get key injuries to key players. Sometimes the players that we will see replace them might not be historically the quality of second team players in the past because of the portal, because kids leave. If you're a great player, if you're behind a great player and you're a good player, you're going to go to the portal and leave. And that's what's happened. And that's affected college football. So I think Frazier came in, did a really nice job at tackle after we lost Link. I think the line fought hard and was better. And we're getting better. And 2 young tight ends came in and replaced Hogan and Klein and did a wonderful job. So, I feel real good about what we did. And I think it was a really good performance. And it set us up for one of the big games of the year, historically, Michigan versus Michigan State. So we're ready to go after that win. We have momentum, and I think we believe. And I think Sharon got after him. He was much more animated on the sidelines, incidentally. He was running down, encouraging the crowd to yell, and that's out of character for him. But I think he understands now he's going to have to get after people and ask for the best. He's a big, stoic guy, a man of few words,
Yeah.
But a very bright guy. But I think he understands that. Thanks for watching. If you like it, like and subscribe, please. If you don't like it, subscribe. Give us your comments. We appreciate it. Coach Sharon, I think, responded too. We're watching a young coach, a talented young coach, who I think will become and evolve eventually into being one of the great coaches in Michigan history. And I'm resolutely behind him, and he's done a great job for us as an assistant, offensive coordinator, now as head coach. I think he realized after the performance out in Southern California that he was going to have to challenge his team and challenge his coaches, and he did, and they responded because the performance was poor out there. We were poorly coached, and we did not execute, and the players didn't execute. Now, I think they played hard and they gave effort, but it was not a great performance out there. And
Well,
they
Coach,
came back home.
yeah, they came back home and they played well. You were there.
He got after him.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I mean, just talking about defense, and then we'll, hit on some offense. I think we played a lot more. We played what I would call field defense. We got lined up. We got our guys in the right place. We played a little more vanilla. We got out. We got after them. We didn't have the same mistakes in our gap fits, counter schemes, pin pull schemes. We fit we spilled the right guys. Now Barnum played well. He played more disciplined, but we need to let him loose. He needs to be
Against this guy. We
yeah.
did.
He needs to be
He's going to have
pissed off.
Aiden Childs is a great player. He's going to have. We got to let him loose. Let him be who he is. But he's
Well,
got to learn how to constrain. He's got to learn. He's got to have situational awareness. So on rundowns, he's got to be careful that he doesn't get up too far upfield. And so what you were talking about, Rob, is the old acronym that football coaches use: AAT. Get alignment, get aligned correctly. Assignment, know your assignment, and then technique, execute your technique. So the defense out in SC, when we played SC, they didn't exactly live up to that their assignments and didn't get aligned correctly, and they took advantage of us. We never got home on the blitzes, and they threw hot. But against Washington, we shut them down, 40 yards rushing. Against one of the most highly rated backs in the country, a guy who's going to be a great pro.
I think
And
our
Williams,
our D line had their best showing.
40 yards, Rob, 40 yards rushing.
Yeah.
You hold a team to 40 yards rushing, you're good. You're going to win the game. And then the 3 interceptions.
We could have had 4.
Great interceptions
Could have had 4.
linebackers. We dropped one. Could have been 6.
Could have been touchdown.
6. Would have been pick 6. And then, of course, the great the last interception when their receiver kind of misplayed it and fell into the lap of our defender. It's right place, right time, but we're going to take it. So anytime you get 3 turnovers like that, it's a big deal. Anytime you shut a team off, at least one part of their offense, and you shut down the rush, and then you force them into passing situations, and then you know how to play them. You're in good shape. So our defense did a great job. Marshall was good. The offense was methodical, came up with big plays.
Well, I think
we had a few drops.
I think I think our D line played at a really high level, and I think Moore was our leader on that. I mean, Coach, he has an inside move that
Moore was great.
We talked about it, and he doesn't have to have a whole bunch of moves when his inside move's that good. He got after the quarterback. He caused a fumble.
They're going to put 2 guys on Barnum, and they're going to chip him, hit him with a back or a tight end before he gets out, and then block him with a tackle. He's going to have Moore's going to sit over there one-on-one against the tackle, and he's proven the ability to beat most tackles. And he plays with intensity, and he's a senior, and he's been a top player for us for a few years now. And he was sure good against Washington.
I think our defensive line played an A game. They played across the board. Still too many. I don't know our starting D line. I wish we didn't. I know you like to rotate them, but they played well.
I like to rotate them.
Our linebackers.
I like to rotate the big guys. Get them a rest.
Our linebackers.
They're going to play some guys. Some guys are better in run downs, Rob. There's, some guys are better run defenders, and some guys are better pass rushers. So, I'm relying on the coaches. Wake knows that. And so we got to get them in, we got to substitute them correctly, strategically, down in distance. And, make sure that I just talked about situational awareness. And when Barnum knows it's a passing situation, then Barnum's got to come. Now, this kid we're going to play, and we'll talk about him in a minute. We're going to have to contain him. I have great respect for the
Yeah.
MSU quarterback,
Well,
as I did for Williams,
we did a great job containing
as I
Washington's
do for
quarterback.
Williams, as I do for
We
Williams.
we fit the run really well. We contained them. We went flat down the LOS. We beackered straight down the LOS. We
Because what you have
played.
to do, you have to come down on the backside. You got to come flat down the LS. You cannot get upfield; they'll cut back
You can't.
inside you.
Oh, and so we did great at that. We got in his face. We stopped the run 40 yards, and then our secondary played better. Got
Played
some
well.
the interceptions by the linebackers were huge. I mean, it was a minute 30 going into the end of the third quarter, and it was 7-7 still. So we
The Cole Sullivan made an unbelievable. That kid is what's he got? 3 interceptions now. I mean,
yep.
that kid's an athlete. He's an athlete, number 23, and a
So
good
then
player. And
they
so we
played
have 3 really good backers.
number 33 is good too. Nicholas Dominic. He showed up and played really well.
They put a lot. We're a very young team, and I don't think people realize that. And we have a lot of guys playing that are not necessarily experienced players. Rolander and this is the first year Cole's played, and Metcalf's he's a defensive back, he's a transfer. So the kids, I think they're coming together. It takes a while to come together. I think Wink put together a great game plan and took away what they do well. 40, you stop a team for 40 yards rushing. That's a phenomenal effort, particularly a team of that caliber. Remember what I said. They were 5-1 coming into this game. They only lost to number 1 Ohio State, who has a wonderful team and a great defense, the best in the country. So we played a really good team, and it was a critical game for us. We had to win, and of course, my position is that if we want to accomplish what we want to accomplish, we got to win out. But the first things first, we got to play the next team we play, who's ever on the schedule. It'll be Michigan State, and then win the first play, win the second play, win the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and put the game away on both sides of the line of scrimmage. So that's how we have to approach it now. We're in control. We are in control of our own destiny. We have 2 losses, but a 2-loss team can get into the CFP. There might be, the way this thing is shaping up, and I never thought it would occur, what's going out in the Big 12, there could be some 3-loss teams get into college football playoffs. So, we're not worried about that right now. The big thing we got to do is what Sharon said after the SC game. Let's forget about everything else. Let's concentrate on the next game. Let's concentrate on practice, preparation, doing a great job, being ready to go. And they did that. And they were much more disciplined in their approach as a staff and on the field as the players. And that proved to be a successful recipe.
Well, it was a nice surprise on offense seeing our tight ends step in and play well.
Those kids. One kid I didn't even know him.
Zach Marshall.
Zach Marshall I knew. The other young guy, the Italian name, and Tanielli. Deacon Tanielli made some nice plays for us. So that was fun. There's a lot of depth. So I talked about depth, and so it's unusual now. A lot of teams only have 1 quarterback because if there's a second team quarterback, by now he's transferred. He's gone to the portal if he was a pretty good player. No, that's college football now. And a key injury to a key player in a position where there is no depth because they left, the depth left because they entered the portal. That's an issue for a lot. Is going down the stretch. That's going to decide, how this thing ends for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I mean, depth is key, and having a backup quarterback that can play down the season is crucial for your second team, for your starting defense, for competition.
Well, look at our offensive line. Our offensive line is nicked, has been hurt, and key players have missed a game. Now, I thought Frazier came in. Now, his dad played on the '97 championship team. I thought when Link went out, I thought number 77 came in, did a pretty good job for us.
I did too.
I thought he was good. And I like that running back. Now, that running back was good. He was a player game in my estimation.
Yeah.
He was outstanding, Marshall.
Well, when our wham and our trap game with Bredesen is working, when he can come in and hit the three, kick out the three, and trap the one, uh,
Yeah,
we are.
he's a wonderful lead blocker. I fear though that if you follow Bredesen, you know where the running play is going to go.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're a power running team, and so we don't have to we don't have to tell him what the play is. But he sometimes he runs a motion, then he comes back. They reverse him and stuff like that. But he typically is going to lead the play, and that was successful against Washington.
Well,
To get him, he almost always completes his assignment. He's a wonderful player, Bredesen, and a great leader.
yeah, I was gonna say. So Donovan McCulley, our RPO game's working. He's open a lot, but the way that Marshall's running the ball, it doesn't matter what the read is. You just give it to him. It's the
No, I
RPO.
don't know, Rob. I got the feeling that there is no RPO anymore because the defense can dictate whether you run it or pass.
Yeah,
So I think I think that they probably want to force the quarterback to run and hit him and see how they do.
yeah,
And our quarterback's a good runner, and he did a good job sliding. Thank you, Bryce Underwood. He got down when he should. Up until now, sometimes he's taking guys on with his pads. I'd rather not have our quarterback do that, but get the first down, but then get down, But he's a threat, so they have to defend him. He's a dual threat quarterback, but I told you a triple threat quarterback because the best thing about him is his mentality, how he thinks, and how he approaches the game.
well,
And
21.
that's the key to his game.
Like let's not just skim past this. 21 of 27, 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that is exactly what you want if you're a Michigan football coach and you run the ball like you did, and you have a quarterback that throws for 250 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, what else?
Yeah.
What do you want,
And
coach?
he's now completing 62.4% of his passes, up from the 50s. Now, and he has drops, Rob. He's had drops all season.
Coach, time of
And
possession was 37 minutes, 29 seconds to 22 minutes.
Yeah, it
That
was I thought it was a dominant performance, and I'm telling you that defense was extraordinary. And I think after they just got really smoked by SC, I think Wink said you got to
you
decide
got to
who
line
you are.
up and play. Yeah.
Well, you got to decide who you are and what you want to be. And they decided they were going to play. There's talent. There's talent on our defense. Uh, Remember, alignment, assignment, technique, or as Bill Belichick says, simply do your job. Do
Yeah.
your job, and we did that. And play within the scheme of the defense. Don't allow big plays and break on the ball. We have really good team speed. Our linebackers have good speed, so we can close on the ball. And so, and the defensive backs got to tackle in the open field. That is so important in today's football. And then they have to use proper angles when they're going to tackle a guy. And I thought they did a much better job of that. I thought the secondary was good.
They rotated. They played some new guys in the secondary. They rotated some people.
We're
Not
playing
everybody's.
a lot
Not
of young
everybody.
people.
I know.
I wanted to go through and get our average age of our team. I'll do that when I have time. I haven't had time. Go look at every birthday. But, look, when you had Marshall in there and you got Marsh, what a wonderful play he made, catching that pass coming inside, kind of a screen pass to the wide receiver, Marshall, and ran it for a touchdown. And then you got Bryce there. You got a sophomore and two freshmen, skill players. And McCulley's, of course, a fifth-year senior. But that's good. And then these young tight ends, they're sophomores, and so that's good. We have a young team, and so and offensively, real young, and we're a little older on defense. But Rolander's a young player, and Sullivan's young. We have some defensive backs. We had another outside backer, or edge player come in, make some plays. So we have depth, and then our secondary, we have some young players, of course. That one corner who's played so well for us. So we're a relatively young team, and we're getting better. We got better last week after that disappointing and really concerning loss out in Southern California.
I agree. I think we showed up We played tough, like you said. I think you said buckle up, strap up, and get ready to play. We were ready on all accounts. Our coach,
Well, I like what Sharon said.
we held their best player Coleman to 50 yards rushing in Boston. So they both had two really big plays in the first quarter, and then we
Yeah.
kind of contained them. So
Yes.
that was good to see just by scheme and getting the guy knowing where the ball's gonna go and tackling these guys and getting to the
Now
ball.
we
I
did
mean,
start the game 3-and-out. I don't like that. We got to get first downs. I mean, come on, let's come out firing too. But I thought Chip was good. I thought he did our Lindsey, our offensive coordinator. I think he did good. I think Newsom and Sharon got off after the line, so I saw more effort and discipline out of the line. And I think Frazier could will have to be an answer for us at tackle along with Sprague. So we got to get those guys going. Tight ends can help, and of course, throwing old Bredesen in there to make key blocks at the point of attack really helps our running attack. And now we'll get Justice Hayes back soon, I hope, and then we'll be that much better.
well, great stuff, Coach. I think that's good on Washington. That's Coach Blade playing through the whistle is what you always told me. Play through the whistle. Now,
Final whistle, play the final whistle. We play to the final whistle. We give a best of account of ourselves. That's the definition of a Michigan man. The definition of a Michigan person is when we do something, we give the very best we can, and we give a good account of ourselves, and that is it. And we play hard, and we play within the rules, and we play tough. We might not win every game, but that's how we do it. And most often, if we do that, things turn out for us well. So they did that, and they beat a good Washington team. This is not an average team by any. It's one of the top teams, one of the top 20 teams in the country. I can assure you.
well, still the most wins in college football. So being a Michigan man,
Add another one. But none of that matters right now. That's behind us.
hey,
So we have to keep marching and moving towards our goal. And we have a huge barrier. We have a huge competition. We have an opponent in front of us that's going to do their very best to derail us and beat us. And they will be good. They will be good on Saturday night. Mark my words. They will not be easy to beat.
well, we'll talk about that in our next segment, Coach. Appreciate you. Thank you for your time. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, great.